Had me muted.
We can hear you now, Coach.
All right, perfect.
We'll go ahead. We'll start with an opening statement, and then we'll have questions from the media.
Yep. Really excited about this week. Obviously, happy about being 2-0 as a team, and excited about the competition that we've had so far, and seeing the guys play. We're right where we wanted to be at this point. Obviously, there's some things that we can definitely improve on. Looking forward to improving from week 2 to week 3. Thought we made some improvement from week 1 to week 2. Doesn't get any easier. We have a great team in Arkansas with well-coached team. I'm really excited about the matchup. I think Sam Pittman's an amazing person and a great mentor and a great coach, and I like being around him. I'm looking forward to talking with him before and after the game. But I think in terms of coaching, man, I just really admire what he's done and the way he leads. He's obviously a background of an O-line guy, so I know that they'll be really physical. We played against them last year, and they put up a lot of points on us, and they got the victory. And so we're looking for the rematch and going out to Arkansas and then going to enjoy this game and try to get ready for them. And the tough team, tons of talent, just like we saw last year. And doesn't hurt that they have a veteran quarterback returning that's big and strong, can run and can throw. That combination with a running back that can run. They have a group of running backs that can run, a core of them, and then they have solid tight ends that can catch, can throw, that can catch in the pass game, and they can throw great blocks. And then you have big receivers. They have 3 receivers that basically they all have about 100 yards each in receiving yards. That's just one phase. The offense is really good and a well-coached team. Obviously, you got some new coaches there, but defense, you can see the same thing. Athletic team, tons of talent, and really looking forward to the matchup. But obviously, we're going to have to be at our best, and looking forward to our guys getting there. It's week 3 now, so we're right in the swing of things with the season. It took forever to get here, but now that the season's here, it seems like it's going pretty quickly. So we're trying to relish all the moments and try to make some great experiences and great memories. And so hopefully we can get that done this weekend when we get out there in Arkansas. Looking forward to the matchup, though. So I'll take any questions you guys have.
Thanks, Coach. We'll start with a question from Bob Holt and then Thomas Murphy.
Hey, Kalani. I'm with the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. How you doing?
Doing great.
I was wanting to ask you about Cade, your new quarterback. What made you decide to target him in the portal? How's he fit in and played? And then what are you looking for maybe this week and moving forward?
Yeah, he's done a great job. I mean, when we looked into the portal, our quarterback we were hoping that would come back, but he decided to enter the draft and got drafted. And we knew that we had a really good group of quarterbacks that are here. We just want to look into the portal and see if there's anyone that could bring some veteran leadership, and he was the right guy. And he fit our program, our culture perfectly. And then he happened to be a really good player. So that's been really good for us. I love coaching him and having him on this team, and he's a great leader for us. So it's been an honor for me to have him here. I just wish I had him, even longer, but we'll make the most of what we got, the time that we have left with him.
Go ahead, Thomas.
Yeah, hey, Coach. Tom Murphy, also with the Arkansas Democrat. How do you see Arkansas differently offensively this year with a new coordinator? And they've run for like 230 yards the last couple of seasons, but this year their run game hasn't gotten off to a start. What have you seen different about the way they're conducting their offense this year?
I still see the same talent, the same physical O-line, the presence at the line of scrimmage, very capable runners. If you look at the first couple games, they're physical, they run, they can make big plays. But you combine that with a quarterback that can actually run himself, which is always deadly. And then he has a strong arm, he has next level arm, and you put that with big receivers, that's always going to be a problem. But looking in terms of their scheme, they can do a lot of different things. But I think maybe the game of football, there's not as many plays as there has been. I mean, I'm looking at it, the game goes pretty quickly. And so it's about being efficient with the plays that you have. And so I think every offense is probably going to be down a little bit with not as many possessions, and especially at the beginning of the year when people are still trying to figure out the timing, and there may be some teams that are trying to slow the clock down on purpose. And so I'm not really worried about the amount of plays. I'm just looking at how efficient they are and what they do play to play, and what I see is a really talented team. So, and that's offensively, defensively, and special teams. So it's going to be a we have to be on top of our best game to compete in this one. And I feel really good about the preparation that we've had so far, and I feel good about the matchup.
Okay, now we'll have a question from Jared Lloyd and then Mitch Harper.
Kalani, we talked about this after the game Saturday, but I'm curious what your analysis is of the offensive line and what needs to improve going into this week.
Yeah, we're going to be fine. I mean, I have a lot of confidence in our players and our coaches, and when you evaluate everything, I think the job is to try to fix all the problems. But that's the game of football. Problems happen, but I feel really good about where we're at right now as a team. Looking at the film, Southern Utah had their mindset that they weren't going to allow us to run the ball as much as we wanted to, and so they crowded the box, and that's why the passing game was a lot more effective for us. So I'm glad that I talked about asking for balance, and we got the balance. If they want to do one thing and take it away, then we got an opportunity to do something else, and I thought that was a great game plan. There's obviously some miscues that I think we can fix, but it doesn't always come down to just the O-line.
Kalani, how much consideration are you and Roderick putting into changing offensive personnel this week in an effort to create more success on the ground this week and in the weeks to come?
Yeah, I think that all goes, there's a lot of things that you can do to change it up. Again, if a team wants to take away something, then they can defensively. We'll just have to make them pay the other ways. And that's what Southern Utah was planning to do, is take away the run game. They put their safeties in the box, unaccounted for as far as the blocking scheme goes. And so guys that were supposed to be playing deep or playing and making hits at the line of scrimmage, you have to make them pay. And that's we can react on what they're giving us and what we're seeing, or we can just keep banging our head against the wall and forcing it. But eventually, when it was time to make some plays, we found ways to get the points on the board. We got 41 points on the board, and that's what we're looking for. So I'm pleased with that. I don't think the game was ever in question when we were getting things rolling, and so it was a good opportunity for us to put some young guys in the game as well, and try to get some things corrected. But every time after the game, that's my job, is to look at, okay, what can we do differently? When I'm looking at the numbers, it tells a different story than what I'm seeing on film. I know we have very capable players and we have very capable coaches. Feel really good about what we're doing, but we're 2-0, feeling good about everything. We'll build on the momentum and the foundation that we set, and we've seen our guys respond better. We've had games where we can run the ball better than we throw, and games where it's really balanced. All I care about is putting points on the board, and that's what we're going to focus on.
All right, next up, we've got Jake Hatch, then Darnell Dixon.
Yeah, Kalani, in terms of the passing game on Saturday, do you feel like that's what you want it to be week in and week out, or would you still see more improvement from the passing game?
Yeah, we can see improvement in every area. I mean, that's in all three phases. So if you talk about the passing game completely, it's just we had one interception, and they came off of a mistake on pass protection. So they got a hit on the quarterback, and it turned into an interception. If you go and watch that play, it could have been a big play the other way, going possibly for a touchdown. So obviously give our quarterback a little bit more time, and he can make that throw. And that's the game of football. There's things that you want to do better. We can always improve in a lot of different areas. Passing game, whether it's the routes or catching the ball, it wasn't like everything was perfect either. We had a couple mistakes in the routes and even a drop ball. So I like the effort. I like the energy from our guys. We'll build off of that. The stuff that we can fix are very fixable things, and then that could be fixed by today.
Ronnie, as an independent, your program's traveled all over the country. Now you're a Big 12 team. You're headed out on your first road trip. What conversations have you had maybe with your sports scientists, and what kind of preparation do you think it'll take to adjust to this new travel?
Well, they took into account even the travel and the intensity of our practices week to week. And so obviously last week wasn't the same type of practices that we had the first week. And so we do things, it's all connected, what we do in the weight room, what we do with conditioning, and what we do in practice. And so, it's the science is there, and it's been working really well for us. So we'll keep working with that. In terms of travel, we got great feedback on how to handle the travel, how to get out there, and when to do our workout, when to do our walkthrough. Our nutrition, all that stuff will play into it. We're looking forward to the kickoff and looking forward to the travel. This is, we've been at home. We love being at home, but it's also great to go see our fans in other places, and go out to Arkansas and see our fans out there as well.
Okay, next up, Kevin Reynolds, and then we'll go Bob Holt.
Hey, Kalani, I wanted to ask you about Camden Garrett. When he entered the transfer portal, was he somebody that you and Jay Hill kind of prioritized and talked about? And out of high school, do you think he was maybe under-recruited because of his size?
Yeah, definitely under-recruited, looking at what he's done in his career. And when he went to the portal, of course, I mean, Jay knows him. He came here, he knows our defense. And so that was always helpful. And then he's a big playmaker. He's a physical player, developed, did a great job with his development in terms of learning the game and understanding the scheme and technique. And he's just a great technician. But I like the way that he takes the field. He's a true professional. So just really happy he's on our team, and a great teammate to our players, and he helps drive the culture.
Kalani, Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrat Gazette again. You've got an Arkansas player, or a player from Arkansas, I guess I should say, on your roster with Caden Haas. I know he played against the Hogs last year. How's he been playing for you? What would you say about his career, and how big a deal do you think it is for him to not just play Arkansas, but play in his home state?
Yeah, he's excited about going home. We've talked about this before, and he knows a lot of guys on the roster, so he's excited about being out that way, and we're happy for him. I think he'll get a lot of tickets, for his family and friends. But he's looking forward to this matchup. I know that just the connection that he has to the state of Arkansas, he's really fired up for it. He's been playing really well for us, and he's looking really nice. He had to battle some injuries, but he's looking really, really good right now. And I like the way that he's being physical at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a great matchup against the Arkansas line.
Thanks.
Awesome. We've got a few more questions from Jared, Jake, and then Mitch. Go ahead, Jared.
Kalani, third down, brought some pressure on some third and longs. They were able to pick it up and then get the conversions. What do you look at that? Those are obviously big plays when you can get off the field. How do you look at that and evaluate it?
Yeah, there's some things that we could fix. I mean, I just like the aggressiveness of it, and and then that probably more in the second half was more of an issue. I thought we got some great reps for our younger guys on defense. They gave up a touchdown, but came out and were able to get a stop the next series. So we needed those reps for the development of our players and our younger guys. We need those reps and needed those lessons. And so sometimes the blitz was a little bit late, and times they didn't run the right blitz, or had wrong technique and coverage. But I think they're going to learn the lessons now from watching it. They seem to learn it from the first series to the next. So the fact that they were able to learn it that quickly, I imagine that the learning process will be even better when they see it on film and when Jay gets a hold of them. So that's going to be it's a great moment for them, and great for them to get on the field. But I think it's going to be really valuable for us down the road.
Kalani, you mentioned the fact that in your opening statement that you're where you want to be as a football program. What are the next steps in your mind as you go to Arkansas this week?
I think we don't need to make this any more complex than it is. We need to get ready for Arkansas, learn from the lessons and things that we can improve on from week 1 and week 2. Try not to make the same mistakes again, right? Because that happened a couple times, and so find ways to put ourselves in a better position to have success. And a lot of those are, whether it's just a better focus from the players, better attention to detail by the coaches, all those things. This is the program, we do everything together. So we're trying to find ways to improve, trying to find ways to get better as a group. Nobody should be feeling comfortable where they think they've arrived, and that includes me as a head coach. But we are 2-0, and we are sitting in a position now where we're going out to visit Arkansas and play this game. And I think the focus now needs to be on them. A really great team with tons of talent. We're going into an environment that we haven't seen yet this year, meaning being on the road. How we handle the travel, how we handle the attention to details, the focus, all that stuff will come down to our coaches and our players, everybody doing their job. And I'm looking forward to that. It's just going to be a lot of fun. I just want the guys to let loose and just go have a lot of fun this weekend, and we'll see what the results show. But I know how Sam Pittman is as a coach, and I know he'll have his guys ready, which for me gives us a higher sense of urgency to make sure that we're ready by the time we get out there.
With nearly 60 new players on the team this year, Kalani, and so many new coaches, is the revenge factor even a thing going into this week in the rematch against Arkansas?
Man, revenge can only get you so far. You know what I mean? I think the key for us is to keep things more simple than that. It's like there's not. I mean, the fans probably weren't happy about that game, obviously, but for our players, it's like this is a whole separate deal, and I think that's the way we got to keep it. Just focus on what's the task at hand, and that's making sure we do our part to be ready. Go out there, scout them out, and watch them on film. They're very impressive. And then when we get through this, make sure that we're committed to being physical, because I know they will be. And then let's see what happens. And I really look forward to this game and trying to find ways that we can become a better program and a better team from this experience. I just want to make sure that we're ready, that we do all our jobs as a head coach and our assistants from Monday to Friday and even Saturday day before kickoff.
Okay, Coach, I've just got 2 questions left for you. We'll go Jay Drew and then Bob Holt again.
Kalani, through 2 games, what's your assessment of your pass rush and your defense's ability to get disruption?
I think we're getting disruption. We're getting turnovers. We're getting hits on the quarterback. I think offenses are being really smart by trying to get rid of the ball quickly, so they can test our coverage. But yeah, I think there's different ways to disrupt it. If you're talking about sacks specifically, we could be better at that. I mean, let's not sugarcoat it, but like I like the stuff that we're doing. The sacks will come, but I like interceptions more than sacks. As long as we're getting pressure on the quarterback, causing some errant throws, causing some indecision, I think that'll be really good for us. And we just got to be patient with what we get and what we're able to force. But again, if we're gonna try to get to the quarterback, we need to make sure everybody's lined up right, that we're all doing our job, our 111th, and that even means the guys blitzing the quarterback. Get to him and find ways to disrupt. So in terms of just that one category of sacks, Jay, which I think you're asking, it could be better, and it will be.
Yeah, Kalani, obviously BYU's had a great program for a long time. This is your first year in the Big 12. Is there any different vibe for you guys being a Big 12 team? And then I'm also thinking this is probably your first time to ever coach a game or be at a game at Arkansas. Am I right about that?
Yep, first time in Arkansas. Looking forward to it. And in terms of Big 12, there's a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and that's our fans and our players. I'm excited about it too. I mean, we know that we have a conference to play for, a conference to represent. We love the partners that we're involved with, and the teams that I've met all the head coaches and met quite a few of the players at Media Day. Just really impressed with everyone in the Big 12. So we're happy to be part of that conference and looking forward to representing this weekend against a quality SEC team like Arkansas. So the matchup's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be great because the players know who Arkansas is. They know the brand, and man, we're excited to be out there and see our fans out there representing.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks,
We're good?
Coach. That's all the questions for today. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.